Alrighty, welcome on back in. So this Thursday, Chase College of Law at Northern Kentucky University going to be holding a symposium in order to highlight the 10th anniversary of the U.S. Supreme Court's decision of legalizing same-sex marriage across the country. I can't believe it's been 10 years already. I remember that like it was yesterday. But this morning, Dean Judith Darr and Professor Jack Harrison are here to talk more about this program, as well as the landmark case behind it. Thank you guys so much for coming in. We appreciate you. Tell me a little bit about what exactly prompted Chase Law to go ahead and organize this particular program. What was the kind of spark there?
Well, thank you so much for asking.
Yeah.
Chase Law is uniquely positioned to bring this content to the region and really to the nation. The case, as you say, 10 years ago was decided by the Supreme Court, but it originated in this area. The plaintiff and the defendant are from the area, and they challenged the law that didn't permit same-sex couples to marry, taking it all the way to the Supreme Court. And we're thrilled that the parties are going to be joining us, along with many experts in the field.
What's the goal of this in terms of what do you hope that participants are able to get out of this, right? Learn from this?
Yeah, I think one of the things is, one, it gives everybody an opportunity to just reflect 10 years later, but also bringing together scholars and those who participated in the case and others who are just interested to talk about, okay, we're 10 years later, what's happened, what does that look like, and what does it look like going forward? And what's been the impact in other areas even.
Absolutely. What do you think the impact has been right here in our region, in our area, in terms of same-sex marriage being legalized a decade ago?
We do know that in the region there are about 60,000 same-sex couples who have married since the Obergefell decision was handed down, and many of them have formed families and gone on to participate in public life in a way that others have and they weren't permitted to prior. So it's had a very important sociological impact in the region.
Absolutely. And you know what I think is so cool and so important about this? You know, year after year, when things happen a decade ago, sometimes we just think that's always how it was. We take for granted that there was this massive decision just 10 years ago that kind of changed the landscape of marriage across the entire country. Do you hope that that will also be something that you impart on these participants as well? Talk about how truly groundbreaking this was for not only the region, but the country, the world.
Yeah, I think about it in the context of my students, for example, who were children 10 years ago, and therefore have never really grown up in a world where this has not been the reality, and have no real concept of how different it was and what legally had to be done. And so I think one of the goals of the symposium certainly is to convey the significance of that change and how it continues to unfold.
Absolutely. And again, I like you said, they were kids, right? So it's just one of those things that even though it was 10 years ago. Now, in terms of kind of looking ahead here now, that was a massive, like I said, a groundbreaking decision that came down 10 years ago. Looking ahead now to where we are now in the future and what it holds in terms of the same-sex marriage and the LGBTQ plus community, what challenges do you think are on the horizon right now for that particular group?
Well, as law professors, of course, we're geared to think about the durability of any precedent. And certainly in our nation, we've seen over the past several years that long-standing precedents that deal with individual freedoms and autonomy have been overturned. So it's natural for us to talk with our students and with the public about the possibilities that even a decision 10 years old or 50 years old might be overturned, and what the implications for that and how we as law professors prepare our students for that possibility.
Absolutely. I could pick your all's brains all day long. In terms of symposium, again though, kind of give the details. Thursday, what time, all that jazz.
Thank you so much. We begin at 9 a.m. Chase College of Law, Northern Kentucky University. We go the whole day. We have many, many experts coming to talk about this topic from different angles and different perspectives.
Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you all taking the time and enlightening not only me, but hopefully a lot of viewers at home, again, in terms of that case and then the impact it's had since. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
It's 9:46. We'll be right back.